Welcome back to CarlRyds Plays Prison Architect. This is episode 8. In this episode we're going to be looking at the workshop, getting our guys building some license plates and stuff, and we're also going to look at some surveillance as well. So we've already got the workshop unlocked, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the security chief looking at surveillance while we're sorting out the workshop. So let's start by extending this building with a new concrete building. Get our guys to start doing those as well. Put some doors in there. Our workmen will start doing those. And as you can see from last episode, we have our doggy woggies here. And we also have all the lighting and all the grass and the gravel has been put in as well, so our prison is looking pretty snazzy. Now tomorrow we can take some more prisoners, because as you can see up here we have 23 prisoners currently. We can take 30, so 23, so we need 7. And if we take a couple of medium and mostly minimum security prisoners, we're going to get $2,700 in 11 hours time. Yeah, so they've got our little workshop set up. I just want to check over here, because workshop takes a lot of electricity, so I don't want us to end up without any power, because that would be really bad. Okay, let's take a look at grants. We should have that one. Security, education, prison manufacturing facility. So we've got to produce 30 license plates. We've got 28,000. We'll get another. So we got 10,000, I believe, for an advancement to the grant. Sorry, 20,000 advancement to the grant, and then 10,000 when we complete it. So we have enough power there now to do that, so we can bring in some electricity and get our workshop sorted out. And I've realised I've just done that in concrete rather than brick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish these walls. I know this looks really bad. Like, you're like, Carl, what are you doing? But I'm sorry, it's going to annoy me if I don't do it. Take that out. Okay. So we're going to put this back in. We're going to do it in brick this time. There we go. Okay, everything's better now. So we're going to put a workshop in here. Okay, so what does a workshop require? A workshop requires some tables to put like materials on, raw materials. It requires a workshop saw to chop those wooden items up, and a press to press out the number plate. And you can also do carpentry later on, which is where they make superior beds to sell. I think they sell for like $400. And your prisoners can make them out of a single piece of wood. Now, because we're bringing wood into this, and also metal as well, we really need to look at a forestry in the future as well, just so we've got enough wood, because otherwise we'd have to buy it in. So, let's take a look. Now, are we going to be able to do like 2 down the middle, and then so I think we're going to do workshop saw there, workshop press there, and then we can put tables along the edge, like so. And that way we've got enough space to store everything, because you'll find that you have a lot of storage issues in workshops. So if we make sure that we have enough electricity as well going to all these things. So each of these requires a direct access to electricity, so I'm just going to put some cables in as well, and we can get sorted out. So they're going to start building those. Yeah, we know there's not enough electricity. We're working on it. We're working on it. We'll get you some lecky in a minute. And we'll put in our metal floor as well. So I'm just going to leave that open for now. I don't think we really need to lock these areas. I mean, I will at some point. But that's basically when we get on our remote control door systems. So we can actually do that without any issues. Okay, so we're getting the electric in, and we should have our surveillance sorted out now. So, in terms of surveillance, we can now build in the security room a couple of new pieces of equipment. CCTV monitor and phone tap. So the first thing I'm going to build is in this corner here is a phone tap. And that allows us to listen into the conversations of our prisoners and find out more things about them. Get rid of that. In our reception room, we changed our reception room a while ago and didn't put it back correctly. So we've got an hour until new prisoners arrive, so I just want to get this sorted out before they arrive. We've got enough table space for them, and then we'll get back to here as well. So these require direct access to electricity as well as a lot of things do in Prison Architect these days. So we'll get that sorted out. Okay, our guys are coming. Let's see who we've got. Here they come. You used to be able to see who they were because they used to be like this on the top of delivery vans, but now because they're in an actual jail bus now, prisoner bus, you don't know who they are until they turn up. Here we go. They're coming, they're coming. Let's see, who have we got? Okay. Anyone who's really bad. Who have we got? Violent disorder, forgery, kidnapping, false imprisonment, pickpocketing, burglary. These guys are fun people, and they're all getting strip searched, and then they'll be taken into our prison. Oh, we found some drugs on in there. Found some drugs. Found some drugs on you, bro. Found some drugs on you. And all this dirty uniform will go to the laundry room, which is over here. We'll go to the laundry room and be all nicely washed and pressed. So we now have 30 prisoners again. Look at our daily income, nearly $3,000 a day. That's what you get for not building actual cells in Prison Architect. Just keeping them all in one room. Right, surveillance first, because we're going to be moving between surveillance and prison labour in this episode, so just bear with me. So we go to utilities, and we have to connect this phone tap to each individual one of these phone booths. So you basically hold down shift, and you can click, 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 and click, 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 click. Now you'll see the blue lines, they're what it's connected to, like so, and the red line is which one it's currently listening to. Now you can connect a phone tap to any number of phone booths you like. However, the guard running that phone tap can only listen to one call at a time. So if you have a prisoner in here on a call and a prisoner out here on a call, you can only listen to one of them, unless you connect another phone tap to the same phones, which we might do in the future. But it is a bit labour intensive because you've got to have a guard stationed there. Same with like CCTV as well, that's the same. CCTV can look at 8 cameras at once, but you can connect as many cameras as you like to them. We're going to put one of those in here anyway. I might put it next to there. Should I put the phone tap next? I might have another phone tap there. If I do that, it should be alright putting it there. So a CCTV monitor can connect to 8 cameras, as I was saying. You can connect it to as many cameras as you like, but it'll only look at 8 cameras at once. So we'll get that installed as well. So that's been installed. over here in our workshop, we're going to get some prison labour. Now, it requires the workshop safety induction. So we've got a new program in the programs list called Workshop Safety Induction. And that is done by your foreman in the workshop. The sessions last 2 hours. It takes 2 sessions and there's 10 places in each session. Each prisoner requires a workshop saw. It's voluntary, practical and easy to pass. So there's 4 interested, but we only... I think that's alright. Excellent, yeah. Success chance. So I think one guy's actually going to pass that and the other guy's not by the look of it. But that should be alright. This isn't symmetrical. You know what I'm like. Dismantle objects. So I want to move the lights 1 across. And move the workshop saw 1 across. And then it will be perfect. This room will be perfect. And I'll be a lot happier. So do that. So we got some... let's get another... I'm going to do them in banks like that, I think. It's like 4s, then 4, then 4, then 4. Like so. So we'll get 2 of those in each. And then we can start building those license plates and getting our extra 10 grand for that as well. Okay, so we come back over to CCTV. And do this. And we can start, I believe, yes, there they are. We can start building CCTV cameras so we can look over our prison. So I'm going to put 1 on each of these door opening areas. So there's 1 there, and 1 on visitation. I'm going to put 1 in the holding cell as well. Keep an eye on them. I'm going to put 1 in the workshop because yes, these guys are gonna end up being bad in the workshop. I want to catch them in the act. And I'm going to put 1 in the laundry as well, and 1 in the... Is that the right way around? Yep. 1 in the kitchen. Sorry, the canteen. So we can keep an eye on what they're getting up to. So I think that's enough for now. See if we have any more space on the camera reel soon. So there's a guard in front of them, so they are guard manned. Both the CCTV monitor and the phone tap are all guard manned. And again, we need to connect them. You can either click on it and press connect, or you can just click on logistics and click connect and do it that way. So it's up to you how to do it. And you just hold down shift to do it multiple cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, lost it. Press the wrong button. 6, 7, and 8. So that's the maximum number of cameras that you can watch at a time. As you can see, they've all gone red, so they're all being watched. If I connected another camera right now, it basically cycles through them. But I think we're okay for the minute. I don't think there's any other area that we desperately need CCTV in. We just got the main areas of interest there. Mainly the front of the building and all the areas where prisoners congregate. And we have like guards and stuff in here. So we can keep adding CCTV in the future. So that's going to be great. Tidy wires. Let's tidy some of these wires away, shall we? They're a bit all over the place. Let's move them all together over here, so we don't end up with a complete and utter mess. There we go. It's a bit better now, having them all nice and tidy. There we go. That's a bit better. All of them going that way. And these are just a mess, aren't they? Bring that in there. This one we can bring to here. So you see how they've all gone blue because they're not being watched at the moment. That's because the guards had to go away and do something else. So it is very labour intensive, this particular these surveillance units are very, very labour intensive. So you've got to have enough guards. We might actually hire some more guards. There you go. Our wires are nice and tidy now. We might take it up to 15 guards. Let's get 5 more guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we've got 15 guards now. So we have enough staff to be able to make sure that all of this equipment is being used, as well as them doing their own daily tasks as well, and also that they can rest and things like that as well. Okay, so has anyone passed our workshop safety yet? Qualified prisoners 0. So we're still waiting for them to... So they've done about half of it, and there's 4 interested. How many have actually... is he looking like he's gonna pass? Am I looking at the wrong guy? I think I'm looking at the wrong guy. Farm program history. I thought he was the guy. You know? Ah, it's that guy. The one next to him. Alright, let's have a look. So, workshop safety induction, he's done half it, and he's got a very low chance of success, unfortunately. The other guy, who is there, he's done half it as well, but his success chance is very high, and he's got 28 years to serve. So I reckon he's actually going to pass it. So he'll be the only one making license plates for us in the next few hours or so. Let's get some more gravel down here as well, and we'll get some more paving slabs being sorted out. I don't spend too much money on this kind of stuff, but it does make the place look a lot better. How much am I spending here? This is bad. 2,000. Okay. I know what you're saying. You're probably saying, Carl, stop spending money on things that don't matter. I agree. It does make the place look nice. So, you know. What are you going to do? Okay. Fill these in as well. Alrighty, so we've got our surveillance. We're listening to prisoners' phone calls. We've got our CCTV monitor looking at cameras. We've got our doggy woggies sniffing out everyone there, making sure they're not bringing drugs into the prison. And I do want to look at getting some more... I do want to look at getting access control in a future episode as well, so we can have these doors automatically opened using timers, pressure plates, things like that. We have our CCTV cameras set up. We have our phone taps set up, and we also have our lovely workshop. And I think I've just done the complete wrong flooring across this entire thing, so that was a waste of about $3 grand. I'm going to worry about that for the moment though. I selected the wrong bit of concrete, but not to worry, we'll sort that out in a future episode. Okay, we're just going to get these lights in here, and now that we have our workshop in there, we should be able to deploy and make sure that these areas are indeed staff only around the edges, because these are basically the areas that our staff go into to like clean up and things. We don't want prisoners in those areas as well, but they, as you saw there, they are inaccessible to staff, so we're going to put some doors in just to make sure that, put it in line with that one, to make sure that our guys can actually get into those areas. See the workmen just carrying all them lights around there. Look at them. They're off. You didn't bring that one though, did you? No, didn't bring that one. Too cool for that one. Too cool. So we've got about an hour until we start. I think these are too long. I think we can do this and do this and this. I don't think you need 3 hours to eat, to be honest. I think you can probably do it in 2 hours, especially just for 30 prisoners. I don't think you need 3 hours of eating. Alright, so we got our guys here. Now which one of these is going to pass? Is it this guy? Yeah, he's so going to pass. So gonna pass. He will be in charge for these sessions as well, so it's important that we do get some use out of these prisoners. As you can see, we've got some sheet metal on there ready and waiting, so they're sorting themselves out with some workshop safety induction. The guys are working in the laundry, and there's some guys working in the kitchen as well. Look at him, he's washing up. They're all setting up for tea later on. Where the guys go? They're all getting all the potatoes and vegetables all sorted out. So this means that we don't need as many cooks. We can do this with just 2 cooks, and the prisoners are going to be doing the cooking, putting the things out on here ready for when we do lunch later on. But they are being sick everywhere because they're all hooked on drugs, so it might be a good idea to run the 10 out of our 30 prisoners have got a drug problem. So if we do our pharmaceutical treatment for drug addiction, if we run that between 2 and 3 p.m, it's $200 a session. It takes 3 sessions and it might not even work anyway, unfortunately. But we can try. Oh, it's kicking off. What's happening? What's happening? Oh dear. These prisoners. They make me upset. They're all kicking off, killing each other. Who have they killed now? And why are these dead bodies not being taken away? Introversion! Oh, he was a snitch. That's why he should have been in protective custody. But we don't have a protective custody wing, unfortunately. He was a snitch. We need to get intelligence. To get intelligence to see who our prisoners are. We'll do that in the next episode. We'll unlock intelligence and we'll be able to see like who's a snitch, who's volatile, who's strong. But we are able to like upgrade them to like protective custody, whether out the way or supermax if they're like properly mad. He only had 0.2 years to serve as well, and they killed him. Oh dear. Are these dead bodies ever going to be taken away at some point? There's meant to be a hearse that comes and takes them away. Just be like, introversion, where's the hearses? But yeah, so we've got, oh look, we got some license plates. We've got some license plates made. So while all that was going on, there were some license plates being made. So we got 11 there, 10 there, 4 there. So basically our workmen will take those now and put them in exports. So they'll be taken away and sold. And we've already got our grant payment for that as well, because some of them have already been taken away. You can sell them just by clicking on them and pressing sell object, and that's $40. 11 license plates is 110, and another 100 for the 10 there as well. What's going on here? Did you get injured when all that fighting went on? Can't believe that. Maybe you should go to the... let's get a guard to come and take you to the medical bay, shall we? So that'll call a guard over to take that injured prisoner over. And all these guys are getting settled in as well. So, CCTV, we're listening to prisoners' phone calls. So in the next episode, we're going to be doing some more work on our workshop. We're gonna... what are we gonna do? Remote access, I think. I think remote access would be a good idea, and maybe intelligence as well. So we can look at, where's remote access? There's remote access. We can look at that. And we can also look at intelligence, which is, I believe, where's intelligence? How do we get intelligence? All sources of contraband and all recent misconducts. You require bureaucracy. So we'll get remote access. I think it's contraband that we need. Yeah, location of the contraband in your prison. So if we unlock contraband and we unlock remote access, so that's going to cost us $3,000. So we'll set them off for the next episode to get them unlocked for when we start the next episode. And we'll take a look at getting doors opened remotely and looking at who our prisoners are and where our contraband is in the prison. But, right, 28 prisoners we have now because we killed one of them. Another one got let out, so we'll get 2 in the next episode. That's it for this episode of CarlRyds Plays Prison Architect. I'll see you in the next episode. See ya!